Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you might happen to be. Welcome to one of my live streams. Gonna love the reactions of people. I am bold, I am honest, and I'm straightforward. Don't don't uh, BS, and I like to have fun, and I'm in a good mood. So make sure you share this out. Give me a thumbs up, and let's get the show on the road. Got my cigs, got my drinks. Might later on get something to eat. It is too damn cold out there right now. The wind is absolutely blowing about 20, 30 miles an hour. It's 20 something degrees out there, so it's like -1, -2. And we are not going to be playing on a metal engine in those temperatures. Besides, we're waiting for parts to get in, anyways. So that's what's going on, folks. How are you doing? I'm going to play the old norm, unless I sit back. So you got me in my eyes. Uh, Later on the show, I will be pulling up the Zoom. We got it up and running. So, like I said, this is a chit chat show. We talk about anything, everything, except for religions and politics. Try to steer away from those. When I put the Zoom up, I ask you to be respectful to the other guests and the host. Otherwise, your crap will be booted off. No ifs, no ands, no buts. I like to have fun and no drama. Absolutely no freaking drama. The sun is up right now, so until it goes down a little bit, I got to fix my chrome. But it doesn't pay to uh, try to fix it right now. You know what I mean? As soon as we get some more people in here, I'll explain the title. It's actually a joke. Uh, there's nothing really behind it. It's just, it was funny when I got the text message. So you may or may not meet the guy that I actually got this quote from. But otherwise, don't pay too much attention to that. It's just there, something to do. But we're ready to have some fun, talk about anything and everything. If you want, again, another thing, you'll see there are no pay links up there because this is not a fundraiser show. It's just a regular show, just to have some fun. It's going to take a minute or two. Usually I don't go on this time of day, so people's notifications got to get kicked in and realize, oh shit, Ghost Dog's live. Yes, Ghost Dog is live. I had to turn the heater off. It got a little warm in this room, but then again, I shut the window because it's too cold. The wind is blowing south, and it's blowing all that cold stuff right into the freaking room. It was freezing in this room. Matter of fact, I got my jacket on, my hoodie, t-shirt, pants, socks, and shoes. As the live goes down, I might be stripping some of them off. So, anyways, I am live. So share it out. Let's have some fun. Again, remember to hit that like button, share it out, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Even though I'm not worried about the subscription, I'm not doing this for money. I'm just doing it because I'm bored. Bird. Bird, 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 bird. You know what? Let me see if I get this Zoom working. All right. Sign out. Okay. There we go. Now we gotta. We'll get this signed up here. And did I do something wrong? Well, hell. Her thing is not working. I wonder. Colleen, if you're watching this is not working. I think I spelled everything correctly. Let's try this again. Nope, it's not working. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the club. I just sent Colleen a message to let her know that her Zoom is not working. So she can get up here and fix it. I have no idea why it's not working, but it's not working. So, hello. Man, it's getting warm in this room. Doggone. But anyways, waiting for people to get in. See how y'all doing. Make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, it's starting to get a little toasty in here. Oh, my Lord. So, what are you guys up to? Hey, Roxy. Roxy's our little chihuahua. You know what? I'm going to have to strip this jacket off. It's just a little too warm now. And I even have the window open a little bit. So yeah, I'll get the Zoom up soon as I think Colleen might be napping right now. Who knows? But I do know we do have it. We just got to get it working. Got to get signed in. For some reason, it don't want to let me log in with her information. So who knows what's going on? Oh my gosh. So how you guys been doing? How's everybody's weekend going so far? It is March 1st. Happy March. Man, February disappeared. I mean, it went fast. Very, very fast. Hey, cute kitty kitty. Good to see you, girl. Finally getting some people in here. We're just kicking back, relaxing, having a little fun. Waiting for Colleen to wake up so she can get her ass up here and get this Zoom working. I don't know why it's not working. She says she's got it up and running and whatnot. So we will see. We will see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh wow. Was it good? Some of those churches you really do wonder, because a lot of churches they cover as a cult, and you don't want to be so obvious, so they'll hide it. And usually in the basement somewhere is where they'll put their secret rooms and whatnot. Matter of fact, in New York, a religious group, their secret tunnels got found out by the police and that. And it was kind of scary too because it looked like they were uh, kidnapping somebody because there was one room they found a whole bunch of old mattresses and stuff like that. Actual tunnels. Kind of creepy. Kind of creepy what people nowadays do. You hear about all the time these secret tunnels under people's places and businesses and stuff like that. It'll say one thing and it'll be entirely different. Yeah, I'm not really tired. I'm tired, but I'm not really tired. Couldn't sleep last night for the life of me. I just off and on 3, 4 hours, and then wide awake for an hour or so. Then try to go back to sleep for another hour or two. Anybody's wondering why I'm not working on the car? Well, it's real simple because it's too damn cold out there. That wind chill is just ridiculous. in a couple of days, it's going to be up in the 40s and stuff. Hey, Miss Natalie, how you doing, girl? Good to see yous. Good to see yous. Oh, Lord. Nicole, how you doing? Good to see you. I'll have to get me one of those welcome sound effect thingies. I don't even know how Eddie's doing that. Just kind of staring off in my own world right now. Y'all make sure you hit that like button now. Start a trend. Oh my gosh. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Let's see. I still got 2, 3, 4. Just adding up. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I like it. I like it. I like it. I want more of it. It's going to take me a minute to get going here. Actually, I was going to start this earlier or later. I'm just sad Zoom won't uh, work right now. I keep trying it, and I keep trying putting her information in. Sign in. I know I'm spelling things correctly. Oops. Wrong one. Try that one. Let's try this. Nope. It's saying the wrong. She gave me the wrong email address. Yeah, it just won't let me log in. Don't know what's going on. Your dogs are driving you crazy? Why is that? They should be driving in the first place. Still in the water? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What, did it burst because of the cold weather or what? I don't remember if you told me or not. Oh, man. I just can't get going. It's like I got no energy. You keep breaking at the cat? Oh, you keep barking at the cat. My bad. Shit, I can't even read. What's wrong with me? Old timers coming in, kicking in. Oh, God. Won't be too much longer. That sun will set. At least get below the house that's next to us. Right there. It's like right there. Like a big old spotlight. Shit. Drinking some Gatorade, try to get rehydrated. Oh. Oh, man. I need to light a firecracker on my ass. Is it just me, or are you guys tired too? Like all the energy just got drained out of the universe. What do you guys think? You guys do anything special tonight? Or we're just going to relax at the house? Are we just going to relax at the house? Margaritas tonight? Girl, you're going to just toast it up. Holy shit. Drunk. I didn't know you could buy margarita. I thought you had to mix it and stuff like that. But today, nowadays they got everything made up. You don't have to worry about trying to mix it and get the ingredients together. Oh, just go down to the store and buy it. Next thing you know, they'll be selling screwdrivers in a liquor store if they already don't. Tequila sunrise. Now, I'll go for a tequila sunrise if I drank. I love tequila sunrises. They were so sweet. Oh my gosh, they were so sweet. Hell yeah. First time I ever tried one, I was in Hawaii. And I Tried one and it was so sweet, didn't even really taste the liquor or anything. Drank that down, ordered another. I think I ended up ordering three. I tried to order a fourth one, but uh, hey, Paranormal Gaming, how you doing? How you doing? I tried to order a fourth one, but they cut me off. And I told them, I was arguing with them. I said, I feel fine. I don't feel nothing. And I stood up and boom, down I went. Yeah, we're doing okay right now. Like I said, we're just waiting on parts and the temperature, uh, so we can get the car torn apart, put new pieces in, slap it back together, knock on wood that everything works good, and we'll be back to work. We will be back to work. I'm happy about that. I got me a brand new impact drill, and it's a drill. It's a man's impact drill. 1,500 torque foot-pounds. Oh, and that thing's heavy too. It weighs like almost 10 pounds. It's heavy as hell. My arms are going to get sore using that thing. But I'm happy to have it because that's one of the biggest things I was worried about is you got some pretty big bolts underneath that car that's got to come out. And when I changed the clutch last time, my neighbors had a big torque, 800 torque impact, and I'll tell you what, it sure hell made jobs a whole lot easier. But yeah, we pretty much got everything. The only thing I need to pick up is plugs or some spark plugs. Still got to get that. But just about everything else has been ordered. We're just waiting for it to get delivered so we can work on the car and get it torn apart, slap some new pieces in there, and put her back together and get our asses on the road. I just hope it's not too long because I might have to do one more frickin' fundraiser, but I don't know. That's for another time, so I'm not going to do that because I know we're going to run out of stuff. It isn't the uh, food. Uh, 2 days we'll have plenty of food. It's the other stuff that EBT can't pay for or won't buy. Like toilet paper, soaps, and shit like that. I mean, it'd probably only be like a couple $100 I'll look for. Cause man, shit is expensive out there. Holy crap! What the hell happened? I can't believe the price of things nowadays. Oh my gosh! I had this really nice torque wrench, but my eyes are so bad I couldn't really see what I was looking at. So my neighbor came over and helped me figure it out because it's not like your other torque wrenches. You just set it. This thing will get down right to the numbers, single numbers. Because one thing I found out when you're torquing these bolts and stuff like that, uh, it isn't like 80 pounds or 50 pounds. It's like 52 pounds, 81 pounds. And so you're kind of guessing. Well, with this new torque wrench, I guess there's numbers that which I didn't know until my neighbor told me. He says you set it to like 80 pounds, and then you twist the other numbers to, let's say if it needs to be 81 pounds, you just twist it to the one. Now you got 81 pounds of torque. And I was like, oh, that's fucking clever. Because everything on that car, you watch the videos, it's not an even number. It's always a freaking odd number. Oh yeah, my eyes are still messed up. This left eye, everything is blurry and grayish. This one is just starting. If it's bright, if anything is bright, I can't see it. If it's too dark, I can't see it. When we were working inside the engine bay, in broad daylight, and a lot of stuff I couldn't see unless I had a flashlight to light it up. Yeah, my eyes are really, really getting bad. So yeah, you can see, but there is like a, oh yeah, grayish, foggy look. Absolutely, absolutely. You get lost. I I used to be a tank driver back in the military, and so it really is hard to get me lost because you got to remember driving a tank, especially if you got the hatch closed. You're looking through a little rectangle that's like maybe 8 inches by 2 or 3 inches, and so you got to really kind of memorize automatically your surroundings because that's all you're driving by. And it really does develop and help you not get lost and stuff. And then again, I got a good sense of direction. As long as I know where northeast, west, south is, it's really, really kind of hard to get me lost. So that helps. I can maneuver this house. I could physically see everything in the house. Even if we got stuff on the floor, it's new stuff that's introduced to the floor, like at the bottom of the steps. For some reason, Roxy will love to drop her bones right at the bottom of the steps, and you're walking down those steps barefooted. Yeah, I really don't want to. I'd rather be outside right now working on the car than in here. But like I said, with that wind chill, I don't know why it's so damn windy, but we're talking 30-mile-an-hour gust winds and about 15 to 20-mile-an-hour steady winds. So you can't go by the temperature. Like right now, it's 24 degrees outside. But if I look at the wind chill, which is when the wind starts blowing, you don't pay attention to the actual temperature. You got to look at the wind chill because that's what it is outside. So like right now, it's 0 degrees outside. Oh wait a minute. No, it's 13 degrees outside. Anything below 25 degrees, my fingers freeze up immediately. I made that mistake here a few days ago. I thought I was going to be a tough ass and just go out there and I was wearing thick gloves and everything else. And I tell you what, I was out there only 10 minutes. 10 minutes, that's it. And I almost lost my fingers. I was in tears. They hurt so bad. But yeah, they're all numb. Every one of my fingers are numb. So it makes it kind of hard to do things. I mean, I am just falling apart. Oh my gosh, am I ever falling apart? And it's all falling apart in the last 2, 3 years. It's like everything is just slamming on me. But then again, I was really hard on my body most of my life, truck driving for 20 some odd years. When I was a teenager, I was doing gymnastics and all kinds of crap. That's really hard on me. Jumping off roofs as a kid. So yeah, my left foot is basically a dead block, and when I kind of curl my toes and curl my foot, it feels like leather. It's like I'm trying to bend leather, and it's numb too. It's numb. The good thing is it doesn't hurt. I've heard stories neopathy in the feet. They're painful. Mine's not gotten that. Knock on wood. But it is numb. Every time I go to put my shoes on, it drives me nuts. Not from the pain, but from the numbness of my left foot. My knees are bad because I go downstairs or even walking, all of a sudden my knees will just give out, and I've always got to catch myself. Oh, you guys have no idea how uh, athletic I was when I was in high school. I looked like, well, basically a mini Hulk. I had muscles popping out all over the place. I used to walk on my hands for miles and stuff, and that's no exaggeration. You can actually look that up in St. Louis in the archives. I did a charity event. It was a 10-mile walk, and I did walked 5 of it on my hands. So I will always have big shoulders, always. But yeah, I had muscles popping out. I used to play tennis all day long. Used to swim all day long. I didn't walk anywhere. I ran, and then I do the hop, skip, and jump because I love jumping and stuff like that. Uh, I was just a badass when I was a teenager, and then I grew up. My legs were so big. I remember one year uh, I missed the bus, so I always had to run to get to school and whatnot. And I went to a different school. It was called Honors Art Schooling in St. Louis, Missouri. And I remember, so I had some big ass thighs. All my calves, my thighs were just huge. And I remember I coming in and I was wearing shorts. And this little girl, this little lady, teenage girl, come up to me. And she goes, "Man, I have never seen thighs that big on a teenager." My beard, I didn't start growing the beard until I was in my late 20s. Now, my mustache, I don't remember when I started growing a mustache, probably late teens. But fun fact about me, I have never shaved my mustache ever. Now, I've shaved my beard off multiple times, but I've never shaved my mustache. This mustache has been here since it started growing. The only problem is, I mean, you look at the camera and stuff like that. It looks like a nice full beard. Oh no, I got a lot of Indian in me. And how many Indian American Native Indians do you know that have beards? Not very many. Well, because of my Indian blood in me, uh, yes, all appearances, it looks like I got a full beard. But if you were to stand a couple feet in front of me, you'll see through it like a see-through curtain. You can see my chin and everything else. Matter of fact, I do have hair up here, but it's so thin you can actually see the shape of my face and everything else. It's like the beard is just hanging on me. It's all it's doing. Oh no, I definitely can't do gymnastics now. Matter of fact, when I was truck driving, halfway through my truck driving, I had a team partner, and I don't know what got the conversation going, but we were talking about me doing gymnastics, and she was saying, "Oh, you couldn't do it now." I was like, "Oh hell yeah, it's like muscle memory. I could absolutely do it." So I went to do a frontal flip, a forward flip, and man, that didn't work out too well. I fell straight on my ass. And I did it when the truck top stop was full, so it wasn't just her that saw that. It's like a whole bunch of people were seeing it. Boy, you talk about hurting your pride. Oh my gosh. I used to be an idiot in gymnastics too. I used to do this forward jump where you run and then you just dive row. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You just literally you just kind of like dive like you're diving into a pool, but when you come down right before you hit the mat, you put your hands out and you tuck and roll. Okay, these mats generally are 13 feet long. I could clear dive row a mat and a half, but I would get so low that I actually got yelled at by the gym coach, Miss Wagner. She just went off on my ass because I would wait right to the very last second, just enough to have enough space for my head. And when I tucked my head in, it always looked like I would break my neck. I've done the parallel bars, uneven bars. I've done the what is that one bar called? The single bar. The what is that called? why is that? Why can't I think? The balance beam. I got a story on that one. I gave my gym teacher almost a heart attack, and a few other people. I come running up to this balance beam. I'm running full force. I hit that springboard. I come up. I do a flip, and you're supposed to plant your feet down. Well, my feet caught the edge on both sides of the balance beam, and my feet went split, and down I come. I'm talking full force, coming down on that balance beam. Well, thank God I put my hand straight out, and that's what stopped me. I was literally centimeters from that balance beam and my boys. I actually thought I'd done ended my life right then and then. After that, uh, there was a lot of screams, a lot of type of stuff, and Miss Wagner, after she realized I was okay, she banned me from ever playing on the balance beam. Yeah, I was a very, very active young man. And like I said, I didn't walk anywhere. I ran. And I'd be flipping over stuff, and I'd jump over hoods of cars and stuff like that. Just one thing I really love to do is hop, skip, and jump. And I'll tell you what, you were running next to me, I could probably hop and skip faster than you could run. It was just fun. I was faster hop skipping than I could actually run. Well, that's just the way it was. I loved life. I still love life, but when teenage, because my foster parents they didn't like me in the house all the time, so they always kicked me out. And we had a tennis court, a park that had a tennis court, two or three tennis courts, really nice. They always kept it up nice. They had this huge pool there and everything else, tennis, basketball courts and stuff like that. And I really love playing tennis. Oh my gosh, did I love playing tennis? Get a hell of a suntan doing that every day for 6 to 8 hours. Me and my best friend back then, Richard Marchwinski, he and I would play tennis 6 to 8 hours a day, and then we'd go swimming for a few hours and go back home and do it again the next day. All summer, that's what we did because we didn't go on vacations. Well, no, that's not true. That's lying to you. Every once in a while, we went on road trips and stuff like that, you know, but it wasn't that often. Otherwise, I spent most of my time in my teenage life outside. No, it wasn't good. It just, it was scary. I mean, the only thing that saved my ass from becoming a eunuch was putting my arms straight down. So I lost my teeth the first time I ever busted out a tooth. We had a bike. I had this bike, and it was an 18-speed bike they bought me for 1 year for my birthday, and I would ride everywhere for miles. And I remember one time I was going down a residential area, and I was moving. I was really freaking moving. How fast? I don't know. I didn't have a speedometer, but I was moving really, really good. 18 speed, yeah. And I heard a clicking. There's cars parked alongside, parked along the roadway. And I remember I heard it clicking. And when I went to look down, I must have turned the steering wheel, the bike handles a little bit, because just as I looked up, bam, hit the back of a car. I mean, full on impact that back of that car that I actually flew over the car. And I remember my mouth was just gushing blood and whatnot. And a neighbor come out because she heard the impact, and she started yelling, and because I damaged the back of her car and her trunk and stuff like that. But she hadn't looked at me yet. But she was just screaming and yelling, and I wasn't crying, but I was a cussing up a storm. I was mad and everything else because I saw my bike, the whole front end. It literally took a curved fork and straightened it right out. The fork of the bike, the front forks. That's how hard of an impact. It straightened it right out, destroyed the wheel, of course, the front wheel. So I was really mad because I loved that bike. It was still brand new. And then when she come up to me and grabbed me and turned me around, she saw all that blood coming, and then she started being concerned about me. I got grounded for that. I couldn't believe it. I actually got grounded for 2 weeks because I ran into the back of a car. And that stopped the bike riding. Yeah, I could tell you guys stories that would it would take days of my life because I can remember bits and pieces all the way back to about age 4 or 5 years old, I guess. But I'd have to stop and think about it. Lived in Hawaii for quite a few years, and I'll tell you what, that's one place you don't want to actually live unless you got a damn good job or are willing to work 2 or 3 jobs. Hawaii's one of the most screwed up places for getting a car. The only way you can get, they have these inspection stickers that the state stickers, whatever, every car's got to have one. But to get those stickers, you have to have insurance first. But you can't get insurance unless you have the sticker. It's a mess. It really is a mess. Yeah, you heard me correctly. You can't get insurance unless you have the stickers, but you can't get the stickers unless you have insurance. So how does that work? You have to buy a brand new car because when you buy it from the dealer, they do all that at once. Buying a used car in Hawaii is next to impossible. I mean, well, it's not impossible to buy a car, a used car. It's just hard. Oh, next to impossible to register it and get it stickered and get insured because they work against each other. And it's such a pain in the ass. A lot of people will steal stickers and put them on their cars because if you were caught without a sticker, that was automatic getting pulled over and getting your car taken away and impounded and stuff like that. Yeah, they got a really, really messed up system there. Now, see here, they had that, which is bullshit, exhaust safety check and stuff like that. Every 2 years, we got to go in and I hate that. Oh God! But we don't get stickers for it. It is crazy because I mean, think about it. You buy a used. Well, I went through it because I bought a Honda Prelude, and it took me months to get it, and I had to get an attorney on top of it uh, to get me my sticker and insurance. Because, like I said, it was just you couldn't get the sticker unless you had insurance, and you couldn't get the insurance unless you had the sticker. It was a dumb, dumb setup. But if you bought a car brand spanking new, I think that's one of the reasons why they did that because they want nothing but new cars in Hawaii for emissions and shit like that. Hawaii is an extremely, extremely expensive. Now I'm talking 30 plus years ago when I lived there. 30 plus years ago, you all bitching about your milk and your eggs and gas prices now. Shoot, we still don't have prices that 30 years ago. And if anybody's ever lived there, back me up on this. 30 years ago, a gallon of milk cost you over $5. 30 years ago. See what they got there? See, there's nothing really grown there or made there, and so everything has to be imported. So you got your tax, state tax, local tax, federal tax, and then you got import taxes. Yeah, and it's expensive. Housing and that stuff is just extremely expensive. Nobody really lives by themselves, has their own house unless they're living with other family members or other people. Unless you're really rich, of course. I had to work two jobs, one to pay for the rent and the other one to pay for my livings, food and stuff like that. That's why half my life living in Hawaii, I lived on the streets. You just could not make enough to get started. And there's only so many jobs you can actually work on a small island. But I loved Hawaii. I love going up inside Diamond Head, going into the tunnels from the inside and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Got boring because I love to travel, and you just travel. It was like 100 miles all the way around, and you're right back where you started. It was really, really. You get bored real quick. So, like I said, if you ever want to go to Hawaii, make sure you go as a tourist. And if you decide to go to Hawaii, do not let the because generally everybody you go through a trip planner that plans your Hawaii vacation. Go ahead and do that for your hotels, but that's it, and your car rentals. Okay, all the other adventures and stuff like that. Don't let your travel agent set that crap up. What you want to do is when you get there, spend the first night collecting flyers. Just walk up and down Waikiki Avenue and just pick up all the flyers. Then go home and look at them. One, you're going to have more fun because it's more realistic. It isn't a general tour package. Two, it's a whole lot cheaper. You'll have the real vacation, not this bullshit package deal. I don't know. I haven't been there in 30 some years. I really don't know. I'm just telling you what it was when I was living there. When I was living there, Bill Clinton was coming into office. Because I remember we used to talk about Slick Willie, Slick Willie. Good old Slick Willie. That was the first time he was running. And that's when I was there. So how many years ago was that? I don't know. I can't keep track of that crap. So yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. I remember that when I first got there, I spent the first 2 weeks sleeping on the beach of Hawaii. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's they get a big commission and stuff like that, and then they're tied in with these tour companies and stuff like that when you're on the islands, and they get a kickback. So that's why they try to set it up as a package. But I'm telling you, because I lived there, I know this personally. You'll have more fun, more realistic fun. They'll have these tour package luau's. They're basically fake. Okay, you get over there, start talking to the local Hawaiians. There's one guy named Big Ben. I don't know if he's still there or not. All you need to do with him is just, and I tell people all the time back then, you want to have a real Hawaiian experience. You get there, get all your flyers, then walk the streets, find Big Ben. You couldn't miss him. He was the biggest Polynesian man you'll ever see. Big afro, friendly as all get out. He was always playing his ukulele, and we call him Big Ben. And I told him, I said, all you do is go up and give him a case of beer and tell him you want to see Hawaii, the real Hawaii. He'll set it up with you, and you'll go to a real luau, not this commercial luau, a real luau. He'll take you places on the island that tourists normally don't go to. You know, you'll have fun. You really will. High jump? Why are you saying high jump? I don't know why you're saying high jump. But yeah, so the first 2, 3 weeks on the island. Now the only reason I went to Hawaii is because when I was married, our maid of honor, good old Jenny, she moved to Hawaii, and she said anytime we ever come over, all we had to do was find her, and we could stay with her. And that's what I did. After I got divorced, my ex-wife divorced me, so I said, "Screw it, I'm going to Hawaii and find Jenny." And but when I got there and looked in the phone book, there wasn't just one Jenny. There was a whole bunch of Jennies. So I had to travel all across the island looking to find the right Jenny, and had to sleep somewhere. So I slept on the beaches, which was fine, nice warm weather and stuff like that. But I remember one night I was sleeping, and something woke me up. It was a full moon night, so everything was lit up. But I heard the scratching all around me. And I'm like, what the hell? So I kind of opened my eyes, sat up, looked, and it looked like white spiders everywhere. Little pebbles that kind of looked like had spider legs. Just they were everywhere. Scared the hell out of me. So I just covered up real because I couldn't go anywhere. I mean, literally, they were everywhere, all around me, and there were hundreds, thousands of them, and I had no idea what the hell these things were. Yeah, they're sand crabs. That's what they are. They're sand crabs, and they're under the sand. You just don't know it. But at night they come out and forage for food. I mean, thousands of these things. Before the tide comes in and smooths everything out, if you wake up immediately before the tide, you'll see nothing but thousands of little burrow holes all along the beach. But normally tourists don't get up that early, so the tide comes in and smooths the sand out and buries them. And they're not out that late at night usually, so they don't see it. But I sure the hell's did. Oh my gosh. It took me 3 months before I finally found my best friend. And because we were such good friends when we were back here in Wisconsin, I mean, we practically grew up with each other. My ex-wife and her were best of friends. We were best of friends. We used to do everything together. And I remember, don't ever try to date your best friend. Let's just put it that way. We got together. We got in bed. We were going to have fun and stuff like that. And so we kissed. And right after we kissed, we just kind of pulled apart, looked at each other, turned our backs to each other, and went to sleep. It was like kissing my sister, is what it was. We were such close friends that it was actually like kissing my sister, or kissing your brother. And never did that again. But to this day, we're still best friends. So never, ever, ever, ever try to date your best friend, or don't become best friends for many years and then try to get together. It usually won't work. Little relation tip if anybody's got a best friend of the opposite sex, that is. I ended up being a house painter. I used to paint houses, renovate houses, and stuff like that. I used to pass out those flyers. I remember I would walk 5 miles every single night because you couldn't sleep on the public beaches. So I had to go to a private area, which were these condos and houses like that. And it'd be like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I would go out there. I would dig myself a hole. I would pick up these mats all along the public beach, these straw mats. I would get what, one, two, three, four, maybe five or six of them. And then all you do is you dig yourself a hole the length of your body. You put the lower mats in, and then you take the top mats and kind of lay them out like if it's just somebody left a mat out in the beach. You kind of cover the edges a little bit with sand and whatnot. And for all intents and purposes, you will never know there's anybody underneath those mats. There's just mats. Well, one big old girl. Oh my God, she was a big girl. She got up early in the morning, come out, saw the mats, and sat. Didn't sit down. She plopped her ass down on the mats. Well, where she plopped down was right on my knees. So she come plopping down, crushing my knees. I come sitting up at my waist, screaming my head off, and all she saw was a mat that was screaming at her. She rolls off one direction. I limp off in the other direction. Oh my gosh, that was not nice. Yeah, never could pass that DOT exam, especially now. I'll never, ever, ever pass that DOT. I tried the first 2 weeks when I first moved here, and I couldn't pass it. And it was a dickhead doctor too that didn't pass me. If he would have just gave me like 5 more minutes, I would have passed that blood pressure thingy. 5 minutes. Matter of fact, the other doctor that, see, I went to like two or three doctors that day for the DOT exam, and so the one doctor walked me into the physical exam doctor, and my blood pressure was worked up and a little high and whatnot. But you got to remember, I was stressed out. I just got fired, didn't have a job, so I was really, really stressed out then. And of course, my blood pressure was up. But the doctor just it just wouldn't get low enough to pass me, and he did it two, or three times. And the other doctor, I don't know, must have overheard it come in and says, just give him 5 more minutes. But the physical exam doctor is like, nope, two, three times, that's it. And that's why I never passed it because my blood pressure was just just above the passing limit. But yeah, I do miss truck driving. I really, really do. I love the hell out of it. I love meeting new people, going to new places and stuff like that. But like I said, I am so broken now that I would never even pass. Even my, well, actually, my blood pressure was good. A few months ago, I went in for my knees to get my knees checked out, find out what was wrong with my knees, and my blood pressure was perfect. Was perfect. It would have flew flying colors at any medical exam, but that didn't matter because my knees were gone, my back was gone, and stuff like that, and I could never pass the other parts of the test because the DOT exam is a whole bunch of different tests that you got to pass. So yeah, blood pressure absolutely was great. But after that, that's when I started getting glaucoma in my eye. This come on fast. I mean, really, really fast. I didn't know glaucoma did that. I really, really didn't. And it may not be glaucoma. There might be another name for it, but I don't know. All I know is when you look at my left eye, and as a matter of fact, I took a picture and showed you guys on screen, you can see the circle, the gray circle over my eye. Yep, always wear my safety vest. I do that because I work at night. I really don't want to get hit. And you'd be surprised these idiot drunk drivers out there and these young teens got to drive 10,000 miles an hour down a block, you know. So, because I'm always crossing the road, you got to park on one side, there's no park on the other, so you're always walking in the roadway and stuff like that. And the cops will come by shining their lights, checking the neighborhood. And if they see a safety vest, first of all, a thief ain't gonna wear a safety vest, you know. So yes, I do wear my safety vest. It's on my jacket right now. So yeah, that's why you always see my safety vest. I wonder if Colleen's awake yet. Good old days. Traveled all 49 states except Alaska. Alaska's the only state I haven't been to. I've been to Canada and I've been to Mexico. Just to drop into a parking lot across the border, but that was it. Down Laredo, you go down to the Flying J down there, and they got a tour guide that will actually take you into Mexico. You ride in a limousine and everything else, and they'll take you across the border and take you to the bars and all kinds of good stuff. And then they'll bring you back home. I'm hungry. Very, very hungry. Oh my gosh. You know what? I think I'm gonna end the show for right now and come on about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and give me some food. Maybe take me an hour nap, and we'll get the show on the road. And I get the Zoom fixed so I can bring you guys up for more than 40 minutes at a time, and we'll just have some fun. So I will see you guys in a couple hours. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, keep between the lines. This old man's gonna get out of here for a couple hours.